All right, I did mention citations a little bit earlier, and this is a big part of Google My Business and getting into that 3-pack of results. So a citation is simply a mention of your business somewhere around the web. The most common citation places are Facebook, Yelp, Yahoo Local, Better Business Bureau, Foursquare, Chamber of Commerce, those types of sites that basically and list businesses that part of that is name of the business, address of the business, phone number of the business, all that kind, maybe some other attributes related to that business, and maybe even a link to the homepage of that particular business. These are popular ones that most people know about. There are quite a few of these, and this is actually a pretty small list too. Currently, I think for our company, we submit to around 225, 250 different citation sites, I think. It's somewhere in that range. It's always changing as sites come online, go offline, those kinds of things. But quite a list that you can get your website listed in. Now, the other big piece of this is that your mentioned NAP, address, and phone always have to match. They always have to be exact. The big one here really is address, right? If you're at 123 Main Street, you need to always type that in for these directories in the same way. So 123 Main ST period is fine, or 123 Main Street spelled out. But however way you choose to do that, it always has to be the same across all of these different websites. If it's not the same, then Google's not going to recognize it as a valid citation for your business because something doesn't match. So whatever it is in your Google business profile needs to match everywhere else. So just keep that in mind. Usually it's usually the address that people get tripped up on that. So if you have a suite, make sure you're always either typing out the word suite or you're using STE or something like that. We're in St. Louis, so same thing, St. Louis, T. Louis, or SAINT, LOUIS. So just make sure it's always the same. There are some tools that actually offer this service, whitespark.ca, Moz Local, Bright Local, Yext. For us, we use Bright Local for all of our clients. I don't know that one's better than the other. It's just the one that we've landed on as the best for what we think it offers for our clients. And it does some really cool things. For instance, creates a grid or a keyword. This is Naka's drapery on the island of Maui. When somebody types in the word drapery anywhere in any of these areas, this is where they show up in the map pack or the 3-pack of results, right? And this is the ultimate goal, is to be in those top 3 spots. Now, if they weren't in one, or let's say they were listed number 5 on this particular tool, it would show up in a yellow circle instead of a green one. If they're not in the top 7, I think then it goes to red. So it gives you a good idea of where you're not ranking for, and gives you the opportunity to start, ranking a little bit better in that area. Very cool tool, really helps direct you as to where you're ranking. And then, of course, it can expand over time to get a wider area. I think these green circles are 2 miles apart, maybe more, maybe 4 or 5. I'm not really sure, but you can expand that grid as time goes on. Now, here's the big thing, and why I'm talking about Google My Business so much is because it is that important to your overall success. So if I'm going to pull up Lead Boomerang, and Lead Boomerang is, I just blew it, didn't I? Let's do that again here. Lead Boomerang is our internal software. It's lead tracking software that lets you track every lead that comes in to your business, no matter if it comes in from a chat widget or a phone call or anything of that sort. All of the leads come into one place, which in this case is our Lead Boomerang system. So if I go to Naka's Drapery and I look at their call reporting tab, and let me change this to just the month of June. All right, so 86 calls, most were answered, some were not. Here are the top call sources, but here's where it's really impactful. If we look at this number name here, this shows where the phone call originated. Website, Google My Business, Google My Business, Google My Business. GMB, website, GMB. Look at all these. For most of our clients, we're seeing 60-70% of their leads coming from this one source, meaning Google My Business. That's how incredibly important it is. And I mean, this is live. This is within the last couple of days. So the number of GMB inquiries is significant enough that you don't want to ignore it. Let's just leave it that way, right? Definitely an important piece of your overall strategy. So that's why I'm talking about it so much, really.